A very good morning to all of you. Welcome back. So today I am here in front of you to start with the next topic of chapter number 5, that is androecium. What is androecium? It is the male reproductive part of a flower. So a typical androecium consists of main two parts. One is filament, or you may call it as a stalk, and the second main part of androecium is anther. Anther is a part that consists of pollen grains. So let's take a look over the diagram. So this is a typical diagram of androecium, which is divided into two main parts. Upper, the knob shaped structure is known as anther, and the stalk like structure is known as filament. Anther may be bilobed, as you may see in the diagram, there are two lobes, or it may be single lobed. In case an anther consists of two lobes, it is known as biathecous anther, and in case if it consists of only one lobe, it is known as monothecous. So let's take a look over the next diagram. In case you cut it horizontally, you may see this kind of structure. So this is a typical structure of anther lobe from inside. It somewhat look like a butterfly, or you may call it as microsporangium. A typical microsporangium consists of main four walls. The four walls are like, the outermost is epidermis, then endothecium, then 1, 2, 3 middle layers, and the innermost that is present outside the pollen sac is known as tapetum. Both the anther lobes are connected with each other with the help of a parenchymatous tissue, which is known as connective. So these are the pollen sacs or the mother sacs in which pollen grains are present. So pollen grain generally get the nutrition from this wall, that is tapetum. Here you may see the anther lobes from outside, from inside, and this is again a filament. Next is inserted and exerted stamens. Inserted means present inside. That means the size of stamen in presence with the flower is small. That means stamens are present inside. Their size is small as comparative to the size of flower. Whereas in case of exerted, this is an example of China rose. Exerted means which is present outside or protrude outside in the presence of a flower. In case this is a flower, if anthers are coming outside, they are known as exerted. If they are present within a flower, they are known as inserted. Next category of stamen is on the basis of adhesion of stamen. Adhesion and cohesion. Adhesion simply means when a stamen is fused with other parts of flower, whether they are petals, whether it is perianth. In case of cohesion, cohesion simply means when stamens are fused with each other. So let's start with the topic adhesion of stamens, that is the fusion of stamens with the other part of a flower. So the first category is epipetalous. Epipetalous simply means when stamens are fused with petals. So in case you found the stamens are fused with petals, you are going to call it as epipetalous. Petalous means with petals. Second type of adhesion of stamens is gynandrous. Gyn simply means it is fused with the pistil. Pistil is the female reproductive part, that is gynoecium. Third category of adhesion of stamens is polyandrous. Polyandrous simply means when stamens are free. They are not fused with any part of the flower. So in that case, the free stamens are known as polyandrous. Next is epiphyllous. Phylous, simply in this category, stamens are fused with perianth. Perianth, we are going to use a term when sepals and petals both are fused with each other. So that was all in the adhesion of stamens. Next is on the basis of length, whether the stamens present within a flower are of same size or are of different size. In case they are same, then no problem. But in case if the size of stamen is unequal, then we can divide it into the two main categories, that is didynamous and tetradynamous. Di means two. That means two types of stamens are found on the basis of length. Tetradynamous. Tetra simply means four. That means in this category, the stamens that are found, four will be long and two will be short. Tetra, that is four. And in case of didynamous, that is two types, two are long here and two are short. For example, I have drawn here two long stamens, two short. Similar, in this case, four will be long, whereas two stamens will be short in size. Next topic is cohesion of stamens. Cohesion, as I have told you earlier, when stamens are fused with each other, like whether their anthers are fused or whether their filaments are fused or whether both anthers or filaments are fused with each other. So let's take a look. In cohesion of stamens, I have drawn the three categories. First is adelphous, second is synandrous, third is synanthrous. So let's start with the first category, that is adelphous. Adelphous simply means if the stamens are found in one group or they are found in two groups or they are found in many groups. For example, some of the stamens are fused over here in flower, some are fused over here and some are present at any other place. So if all the stamens are present in a single group, that means they are joined together, then we are going to call those anthers as monoadelphous. That means only one bunch or only one group is found within a flower. Example is China rose. Second is diadelphous. Di means two groups or two bunch of stamens are found. One may lie here or another may lie here, or like arrangement like one stamen is here, 9 stamens are fused with each other. That means two groups are found. In that category, we are going to call those stamens as diadelphous. Example is of pea. Third is polyadelphous. Poly means many groups of stamens are found. Example is citrus. Second category of cohesion of stamens is synandrous. Synandrous simply means when both the filaments and anthers are fused. So in this case, both the anthers from the top, filaments below, they will be fused with each other. Example is of cucurbita. So the last category of cohesion of stamen is synanthrous. Synanthrous means when stamens are fused by anthers only. So I have used one word here that they are fused by anthers only. That means their filaments will be free, but they will be fused by the anthers, like in this case. You may see here anthers are fused, but the filaments are free. They are not fused with each other. Example you may take is of sunflower. But in this case, both the anthers plus filaments will be fused with each other. I hope today's topic is clear to you. So in the next topic, I will start with the gynoecium. That's for all. Thank you so much.